After 700 and something odd videos, hopefully you're starting to trust my information now. Would you like me to tell you my thoughts on, for example, Alien Soul 28, who was possibly an alien or channeling an alien or is an anarchy or whatever she is? Do you want me to explain my thoughts on her? And Corey Good, who was supposedly working for the Air Force, Space Force. So I go through and talk about him and Randy Kramis, same thing, and Bashar, who supposedly channels a future alien, as according to his website. Emery Smith, who's worked on various different aliens on their anatomies, etc. So you can find all of my thoughts, whether or not I think they're genuine or whether or not they are, just trying it on, from my Patreon page. If you go to Our True History on Patreon, scroll down, there's many new videos you haven't seen. I don't talk about elsewhere. So unfortunately, this follower of mine, who's probably watched at least some of the 700 free videos, has mentioned that they don't like the idea that I'm charging a fee on Patreon to watch different videos that's not already available on TikTok, even though I'm continually putting more videos on TikTok free of charge. Now, yes, I also have a website which costs money. So, this is all free of charge for people. They can come along nice and easy. They can go straight to my videos. I sit there and make them in sets of 5. I make them in sets of 50, free of charge. Takes time. I also put them on YouTube in the sets, like I've said. I've also got podcasts that I set up and sit and put them all the platforms, etc. And they're all free on my website. So yes, I know you're going to moan that some of the videos on the Patreon site, well, all the videos on the Patreon site are longer. Oh, but I want them longer. Sorry, they're on the Patreon site because TikTok, the best thing for me to do it on TikTok is 1-minute videos. I'm sorry if that's a problem. It just works better for me. But longer videos that I talk about things are here on Patreon. And so I don't know where you get that sort of price from. My tiers are just $1.99, $2.99 or $4.99. You don't have to watch these videos. I'm still putting them on TikTok. I don't know what else to do. I've done the website free of charge for people. I put them on YouTube. I do the podcast for people free of charge, and I'm continuously making videos and 4-hour long live chats twice a week. I do, which is quite time consuming. 4 hours twice a week at least. Sometimes I did virtually a whole week continuously. At what point do I say, okay, enough's enough, or do I continue and try and get some money in for the efforts that I'm putting in, or do you not think my efforts are worth it? Would you rather not unfollow me and just go elsewhere and get out your information from someone that is not Our True History? I'm kind of sad. I don't know what else to do. Would you like the shirt off my back? Your thoughts on this bird? It's a Saqqara bird. It's found in Egypt, and it looks like a bird, but it's only got one eye. The other eye isn't painted on the other side. And the experts seem to believe that it is actually a plane. Now, if you look here, there should have been something there, or someone's carved something there. So they did some wind tests, and without anything on the back, this is unstable. The actual craft is unstable. However, when they added an extra part to the back, like a normal aeroplane would have, then in the wind tunnel, it actually performed perfectly. So is it really an aeroplane that made out of wood in Egypt, or is it just a toy that was designed as a bird? Your thoughts are welcome. Oh my God, that's disgusting. What is it? Well, it's actually just a giant ball, huge buried ball. And this is in Bosnia. Now, the experts say that, are you ready for this? Very high content of iron that leads experts to believe this is a naturally occurring spherical rock called concretion. So because it's got iron in it, see that? Read that properly. Very high content of iron that leads, in other words, because of the iron content, therefore you get a round ball. However, all these experts are great, aren't they? Look at these. These haven't got iron in them. These are just stone, and these are in Costa Rica. In fact, very recently they found another one huge, 3 meters, buried. So experts, yeah, not so much. The Curse of Tutankhamun's Tomb. Now, the story goes that if you opened it and went inside, you would have a curse put on you, and at some point or another, you will end up having bad luck. And my kind of take on it is that, you know, people have good luck, people have bad luck. So the first person was Carnarvon, who died of a mosquito bite, and that became poisoned. And in fact, his half brother also died from blood poisoning as well. Is that a curse? Maybe not. Other people did have illnesses. But there was a person that Carter, who was the main archaeologist, gave some objects to, and his name was Sir Bruce Ingram, and his house burnt down. After he got it rebuilt, it flooded. So is that just unfortunate, or is that a curse? I'm guessing I would say just unfortunate. Look into my genuine crystal skull eyes. Genuine? I thought these were debunked. Well, it's not really debunked. What it was a guy worked for a university, looked at the skull under a microscope and saw tiny little scratches and said these were tool marks. Now, this is thousands of years old, so if you've got a few dings on it, that's fine, no problem. But of course, once he said it was scratches, he then said it was tool marks, in which case, therefore, it's not thousands of years old, even though technically someone would have had to use tools on it to make it. But hey, he now decides that those scratches are modern tools, which then makes the guy sound like a complete nut. Well, it turns out where he actually works was, if you watch my previous videos, was for a university that was funded by the Rockefellers. And if this was fake, if you don't know anything about the Rockefellers, go and watch my videos. You'll understand why he's debunked. So this is genuine. But if it wasn't genuine, why the hell is it in the British Museum if they thought it was fake? So let's go on to why my opinion of what it was actually created for. Now, there's more of these. And yes, they were in the film Indiana Jones. I had people saying, no, they're not real. They're from a film called Indiana Jones. No, the Indiana Jones copied these. Right, anyway, so that's that. So my take on what they were actually created for, and I'm the only person that's thought this, so if I'm right, once again, our true history, once again, I have to say that, has knocked it out of the park. So there's a spell that was a genuine spell called necromancy, and it was many, many centuries old. And generally what they did was they had a skull, a human bone skull, and they would put oils and certain particular oils all around it. And then there would be smoke going all around the skull, and this would be done at night. Watch my other videos to find out why everything's done at night. Now, a spirit from the underworld would come up and make sounds through this skull. Now, my take on it is, if you know anything about glass is, there we are, you know that the glass has a better resonance frequency than bone, which is why glass is upside down used on Ouija boards. So if you go back to the crystal skull and you find out that not only has it got crystal in it, it's also got quartz, which is even better frequency, then in my opinion, these were actually used, especially when you work out the locations of them, these were used to summon the dead and talk through them, which would explain why sometimes people see things inside the eyes or inside the actual thing, and sometimes even projected out from them. So that's my take on it. It's a genuine thing, necromancy. So there we go, our true history.